guys? This is Logan from Geeks of the West, and I was going by Mooks of the West, but I decided, that Mooks of the West would be my personal internet persona, but for this channel it's going to be Geeks of the West, and because I do have plans later on of implementing somebody else into this channel, which is currently being thought of and currently being written out and planned as we speak. But this channel will be Geeks of the West. And anyway, on to Geeks. And speaking of Geeks, Geek Talk. This is Geek Talk, and Geek Talk is gonna stay. It's, for a while when I started out this channel, I had no idea what I was gonna do, what I wanted to do with my channel. I had no idea what direction I wanted to be in. So for a while it was just gameplay and commentary, but now Geek Talk, it's here to stay because I get to geek out about stuff that I really love, that I really enjoy doing. Anyway, and speaking of Geek Talk, in this episode of Geek Talk, I'm going to be talking about something that I feel will help not only our current knowledge and technology, but will also benefit us in during a natural disaster or some sort of disaster that requires a disaster relief. So if you're a fan of video games, but you're not knowledgeable in like robotics or you're not tech savvy, I think you should watch this video because, well, it kind of relates to gaming in the fact that technology creates your games, and the more advanced our technology becomes, the more advanced, the more cool looking your games will be. So I think you should take an interest, not learning how to do it yourself per se, but learning what's going on in the world of technology that does affect your life and affect your games. First off, disaster robots will face off in glory. And what do I mean by this? Well, the US DARPA research team is hosting an event where teams from all around the world will face off in a disaster relief type of competition, and it will be taking place this Friday, tomorrow, and Saturday the day after in a location near Los Angeles, California. Google was the popular choice that was chosen to win. However, they dropped out of the competition. I don't know what for, the article didn't say, which I will try to link the article in the description below. And they won't be a part of the competition, however, the software that they were using, Atlas, will be used by several other teams. And there are 8 tasks that the robots will be competing in. And this is driving a car, getting out of a car, opening and walking through a door, opening a valve, using a drill to cut a hole drawn into a wall, crossing a debris-filled terrain, either by clearing a path for itself or walking over the rubble, climbing up steps, and there will be a mystery event that will only be disclosed to the teams on Friday. Or Saturday, I don't know. I'm not sure. And however, the robots will have 2 chances to complete each task. And before, there was more than an hour for the robots. In the previous years, there was more than an hour for each robot to complete the tasks. But now I think it's only an hour that they get to complete. So it's a little bit harder than it used to be, which is cool because what it's doing is it's forcing people who are comfortable with their robots to actually innovate and try to make their robots more effective. Because think about it, if a disaster happens and you're trapped or something, or you need relief, you don't have much time to waste. You gotta do it as fast as you can. So if anything takes more than 1 hour, you're screwed. Because even just 1 hour could be too late for a lot of people who need help. So that's just my take on it. And the teams will be able to provide guidance for the robots, like identifying like the hole that they need to drill in. However, the teams cannot control the robots themselves. They cannot physically control the robot. They can't pick up a controller or type in, they can't control the robot. They can guide the robot as in give them some guidance, like identify something for them. But like I said, they cannot control the robots. The robots have to do it on their own. And we're expecting teams from the United States, South Korea, Japan, Germany, Italy, and Hong Kong representing mainland China. And I think this will be a toss-up. I think the winners will either be from the United States, South Korea, or Japan. That's just my opinion on it from my knowledge and what I understand. However, one team from Italy acknowledged that it would be unlikely for them to win, but in my honest opinion, I still think it's a great learning experience for the students and designers funded by the European Commission to join in the competition, even if they think they're not going to win, because it shows that they tried, knowing that they might not win anyway, and because I think it would be a great learning experience. And yes, even as a greedy, power-hungry, corrupt American, I still think it would be cool that, you know, Italian scientists and programmers and designers join the competition anyway, because it would be a great learning experience for them. And if Italy increases, if Europe increases their, you know, technological know-how, technological knowledge, then it's going to do better for the rest of the world, because that's a better chance that they make another discovery that will not only benefit them, but benefit us and the rest of the world. And the fact that these are disaster relief robots, I think that that's something that, you know, I hope they do good in. And if they do win, I'm proud of them, and I hope they do win. So, you know, that's my take on that whole, you know, the Italy's team, one team from Italy not expected to win. And they admitted that, you know, they might not win, but I hope they do good, and I hope that if they do lose, it doesn't stop them, because they got funded by the European Commission. So I think that's cool, and, you know, I'm not pro-American. I am pro-American, but I'm not, you know, America, only country in the world. I want, you know, the more people that are on board with doing something technological that can aid disaster relief, I'm on board with it. That's just how it's going to be, my honest opinion. That's the way I think everybody should look at it, because it's for human life. Human life. I don't care what culture you are, it's for human life. Anyway, the disaster response market for hardware is pretty small, other than for like fire trucks, squad cars, ambulances, whatever. So I think this competition exists as a way to increase the notice in robots being used for disaster relief. I honestly think if the Terminator movies didn't come out, we would be a lot farther along with our robotic technology. Seriously, from now on, when I hear that robots will be driving a car and opening doors, it scares the shit out of me. I'm just kidding. I'm not one of those people that think my fears should come ahead of scientific and technology advancement. That was a total joke. I suck at making jokes. That was just way too dry. I like dry humor. Dry humor is my thing. So this is going to be my Geek Talk, Geek Rant portion of this episode. And I just want to talk about my opinion and my whole take on this. I think it's freaking awesome. I think we should encourage these people. I think we should encourage advancements in technology that can aid disaster relief. Hardware that will aid disaster relief. I think every police station, hospital, you know, fire department should have some sort of robot that could help us, you know, with the disaster relief. Because what if, you know, there's robots can save lives, because face it, the only thing, you know, the only negative impact that we would have of a robot getting destroyed is money. Other than that, it's great that a robot went in to save somebody's life, because one robot for a person, I don't care how much money you have to throw at somebody, a person should live over a robot that's worth a lot of money. People go before money. That's my opinion. People are number one. People in all life. I don't care if it's a fucking cat. Life goes first, and then you worry about your technology and your hardware, your money, basically. So life, then your money. That's how it should be. It should be life. So even if you see a dog like in a burning down house, send that fucking robot in there. I don't care. Because dogs are trying to help people too. You know what I mean? You know, of course, we would pick people first. Like, I don't know, I would choose my own mother over my house cat. But my house cat's smart. Hopefully it would save, you know, itself. But I would help like any animal that I have, because I'm pro-life. Life is important. So I think every sort of disaster response or emergency response should have a robot with, you know, that could somehow aid in disaster relief. I know that'd be expensive, but even like a drone with a camera or something. So like, if there's ever a tornado, or here where I live, we could have a tsunami. We have floods that happen here at least once a year or something, or maybe even an earthquake. We could have like a drone with a camera to look for survivors where people can't. Because not only would you have a higher view of the flies, you know, a view that we don't have, and that's a lot faster than we are, I think that could help. Even if it can't physically do anything, but be able to identify where people are at, I think that's amazing. So I think people should take an interest in robotics that help our way of living, that help aid disaster relief. So I will link this article in the description below, because it was a good read. I enjoyed reading it, and I didn't know that this competition even took place. And as somebody who enjoys video games, technology, and all that stuff, laptop, technology, don't you think that if somebody makes an awesome discovery or awesome advancement in robotics, that it could be used in a computer like this? It would be completely helpful. And no matter what, the smarter you are, the better everything else is going to be. It's somehow going to, you know, make everything around us a lot better. Make computers more reliable and more efficient. I think that's the same thing. But, you know, if we can use this, if something like this can save somebody's life, I think that's awesome. And if we know how to do it, I think we should do it. And if we can do it, I think we should do it. So please read the article in the description. It's really cool. I geeked out over it. I was like, this is fucking awesome. I wish I was good in robotics. I would love to do something like that. So that's just my take on it. And I really think you should get into it and learn more about it. Anyway, that's this episode of Geek Talk, and this is Geeks of the West signing out.